Would you like to earn a lot of money? Better yet, would you like to earn a lot of money quickly? Specifically, would you like to know how to earn $1 million in 3 years or less, even if you're eyeball deep in debt right now? If so, you're in the right place. Because in the next hour or so, you're going to learn the 8 key principles that will allow you to create wealth faster than you may have ever dreamed possible. Many people scoff at the idea of getting rich quickly. They say it's impossible or that it's a scam. But I promise you, it can be done. The system you are about to learn has taught thousands of people how to do it themselves, and you can be next. This proven system consists of 8 timeless principles. They work regardless of what's happening in the economy. They work regardless of your educational background, gender, or age. They work regardless of your industry, experience, or even your current financial situation. Best of all, these principles are arranged into a proven step-by-step system that I'll explain to you, so you can walk away with a roadmap that shows you exactly what to do to create significant wealth very quickly. Hi, this is Adam Markell, CEO of Peak Potentials Training, host of the Millionaire Mind Intensive and 16 other training courses and camps. Thank you for joining me today for this program, and congratulations on making time to participate. This groundbreaking webinar is our timeless and powerful program, Speed Wealth, and we're sharing it with you as a gift. I call it a gift because it has completely transformed the lives of thousands of other people, including me. I know it can do the same for you. Speed Wealth is a step-by-step system for making $1 million or more in your own business in 3 years or less and enjoying the journey along the way. The Speed Wealth system is based on 8 timeless principles that the world's most successful companies, specifically companies that become successful quickly, have in common. Today you'll discover what those principles are and how and when to use them to earn a lot of money. A word of warning. If you're expecting complex formulas, you're in for a surprise. The Speed Wealth methods are extremely simple, but they make people rich. Speed Wealth is for people who already own a business, for people who want to own a business, and for people who have a job now but want the security of knowing they can succeed on their own if they leave their job or it leaves them. Speed Wealth is for anyone who is tired of struggling for money and wants to become financially free once and for all. First, let's answer a question that's probably running around in your mind right now. Do you have to own your own business in order for the Speed Wealth system to work? In a word, yes. Here's why. Most people are sucked in by the conventional wisdom that says, go to school, get good grades, get a good job, work hard, and everything will be okay. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to recognize that method doesn't work and never did. Notice, 85% of the population never becomes financially independent. I have nothing against having a job, but for most people, the acronym of JOB, just over broke, is accurate. What these individuals don't realize is that you have to position yourself for wealth. Dreaming about making $1 million in a job is like trying to see the ocean from the middle of Nebraska. You're just not in the right place for it. Even if you're good about saving money and investing it in a compound interest savings account, it's not good enough. Today's interest rates are about the lowest they've ever been. As for getting rich in real estate, well, that party's over too. That leaves owning your own business as the last bastion remaining where creating wealth, especially quickly, is even possible. To demonstrate what I mean, let me share a little story. It's about the founder of Peak Potentials Training, a man by the name of T. Harv Eker. You might recognize Harv as the author of the #1 New York Times bestseller, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Today, Harv is a multimillionaire and without a doubt one of the world's leading experts on how to cultivate a millionaire mindset. But he wasn't always so successful. Like many people, he tried anything and everything to, quote, make it. In fact, he actually owned 17 different businesses. His early business career was a complete disaster. He lost more money than he made. But one thing kept him going. It was the belief that success is a learnable skill. He realized that he had a choice. He could either figure out how to earn a lot of money, or he could learn to live on much less. Once he made the conscious decision to become a millionaire, and the faster the better, he realized he'd have to do something radically different from what he was doing before. Thankfully, Harv got some really good advice from a multimillionaire acquaintance. That advice was, if someone is doing something better than you, it's because they know something you don't. Harv got the message loud and clear and devoted the next 6 months to analyzing the strategies and tactics of the world's greatest entrepreneurs, those who are making it big and fast. He pinpointed 8 critical steps virtually every business that had achieved success quickly had in common. He called the system Speed Wealth and put it to the test. He borrowed $2,000 on his Visa card and used the system to open one of the first retail fitness stores in all of North America. It was called Fitnessland. The results were staggering. By faithfully implementing the Speed Wealth strategies, Harv opened 10 stores in only 2.5 years. He then sold off half of his shares to the H.J. Heinz Corporation, that's right, the ketchup people, for $1.6 million. Not bad, right? The Speed Wealth system worked a money miracle for Harv, and it can work one for you too. But first you have to learn it. So let's dive right into the 8 principles of Speed Wealth. Principle number 1. The first principle is to develop a Speed Wealth mindset, meaning your beliefs determine your actions. So make Speed Wealth work for you, meaning to make it work for you, you must believe the following 2 statements. Number 1, getting rich quickly is feasible. And number 2, getting rich quickly is feasible for you. Now, there's a lot of skepticism about making money fast, but I think get rich quick has gotten a bad rap. In the past, society's labeled those who wanted to create wealth quickly as dreamers or greedy or scam artists. But several thousand people, including me, have gotten rich quickly and legitimately. There's not only nothing wrong with making money fast, in fact, it's the wave of the future. You see, right now is the greatest time in history to create wealth quickly in your own business. Today, more and more fortunes are being made with lightning speed and with good reason. The world is changing quickly. Technology is changing quickly. Markets are changing quickly. And people's interests are changing quickly. Change brings opportunity. Quick change brings quick opportunity. Every time there is a change in technology, the law, social interest, style, the market, or the latest business buzzword, someone gets rich. Today, these changes are happening by the minute, and everyday people are becoming millionaires by taking advantage of them. You can too. Creating wealth quickly has almost become a necessity. Because of the world's rapid pace, career cycles have shortened. Just 2 decades ago, most people had a, cradle to coffin mentality. Jobs and businesses were a lifetime commitment. But today, there is no such thing as job or business security. The current reality is that most of us will go through 6 or 7 complete career or business changes in our lifetime. The average length of each being about 5 years, meaning you make your money in that period or you don't make it at all. Product cycles have also changed. The stages of start, growth, maturation, saturation, decline used to take 20 years. Now your product could become a dinosaur in 5 years or less. Things have changed. It's time to revise what we deem as normal time frame for success and adopt a new time frame, a new mindset. Speed wealth is not only possible, it's practical. It's the way of today's high-speed world. Either you flow with it or you fight against it. The choice is yours. Now for the other question. Again, is speed wealth feasible for you? Is speed wealth, are you willing to learn? Meaning, are you willing to learn what you don't know? What would you do if you wanted to become a professional tennis player or a world-class artist? Wouldn't you learn the skill and then practice? In a similar way, you can learn to play the game of business and win. Let me repeat, Success is a learnable skill. You can always be more, have more, and do more because you can always learn more. It doesn't matter what whether you've gone belly up 3 times or you've never had a business in your life. The only question is, are you willing to learn? If you master the speed wealth system and use it, you will get rich in short order. Another factor to consider is your personality. For many of us, attempting to create wealth quickly is more natural. In business, as in racing, there are sprinters and there are marathoners. Which are you? Some folks are idea people. They like to create concepts, start things, grow quickly, and then move on to the next project. Others prefer long-term stability and routine in their work. Until recently, sprinters, those of us who make things happen fast, were considered unstable, almost flaky. The guilt trip. What do you mean you want to try something new? You've only gotten to this just 12 years ago. In today's marketplace, the attitude is archaic. The point is, if you're a sprinter or would be open to trying it, then our suggestion is that you sprint. And the final deciding factor is, again, your desire. Do you want it? You must truly want to create your financial freedom fast. Why? Because this is going to be a challenge, a 3 to 5 year mission, and I do mean mission, that will require focus, commitment, and sometimes hard work, at least during the initial stage. My philosophy is simple. If you're going to work hard anyway, you might as well get rich, and the quicker, the better. So, speed wealth principle number 2, deliver massive value. Money, like it or not, is a huge part of our lives. It's a convenient symbol that represents and measures the value of goods and services exchanged between people. The key word is that definition of value. It's value that determines your income. The law of income says that you will be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver according to the marketplace. The reason many people are broke is that they have good ideas, they have good intentions, even produce good products or services, but either their value is not considered very valuable in today's marketplace, or they just don't deliver enough of it. It's simple. If you don't deliver a lot, you don't get paid a lot. There are 4 income factors that will determine almost to the penny how much money you earn. Demand plus supply plus quality plus quantity is going to determine exactly how much you earn. The demand for your value means how much the marketplace wants it. To create speed wealth, you must offer a hot product or service which is in high demand. When Harv first started Fitnessland, people tried to buy equipment while he was still renovating the space before the store opened. Within 3 weeks of opening, customers were lining up outside the door. On his 6th Saturday in business, he made an $11,000 profit. That was unheard of back then. And the reason was that the value of what he was offering was in such high demand. 2, the supply of your value. That supply reflects how much the marketplace already has of the product or service you're offering and how readily available it is elsewhere. When supply is limited, value increases. To increase your value in business, you must provide something few others have or do something in a way that no one else does. Why does a brain surgeon earn as much in one day as a gas station attendant does in a whole year? Because he or she has a rare and specialized skill that is critical when needed. Put bluntly, there are millions who can pump gas, but few who can fix brains. Quality. The quality of your value means how good your products and services are, and just as important, how good you are at your business. The higher the quality in relation to the price, the higher the value. The rule is simple. If you want to get paid the best, be the best. Quantity. The quantity of your value is how much of your product or service that you deliver. All 4 factors, of all these 4 factors, most people have the greatest challenge with this one. You may have an excellent product or service, and you may even deliver it to the marketplace, but not in enough quantity to create wealth, especially speed wealth. Again, if you want to get paid, you must deliver value to people. If you want to get rich, you must deliver your value to a lot of people. That's why, regardless of the business you're in, part of your revenue should come from product sales. A product enhances your ability to deliver massive quantities. When you have a product to sell, there are no limits on how much you can produce and deliver, and therefore no ceiling on your income. If you're in a job or service business and you personally have to perform the service, such as giving massages, there's absolutely, I should say, a definite ceiling on your income. Let's face it, there are only so many massages that a masseur can give in a day. If you have a personal service business, here are 3 ways to break through the ceiling on your income. The first is to offer a product. It's best if you have an add-on product, one that aligns with your current business and would benefit your current clients. You can create your own product or even offer someone else's product that you endorse. For example, a masseuse could offer products that benefit the health and well-being of the body, such as nutritional supplements, body oils, aromatherapy products, books on massage and yoga, relaxation audios, or videos. A second way is to clone yourself. The idea is to train or hire others to work for you. Instead of being a sole consultant, you own a consulting company with 5, 10, or 50 consultants working for you. If neither choice is viable and you're adamant about staying in a personal service business or a job, you will probably need to create a second source of income, preferably one that has the potential to create wealth. Today, there are dozens of distributor-type opportunities where you can start part-time and move to full-time when your income warrants it. The trick is to choose the right opportunity, and that's the subject of our next principle, which is timing. Speed wealth principle number 3. Choosing the right business at the right time. When it comes to making money fast, timing is everything. Timing means matching your product or service to the wants and needs of the current marketplace, choosing the right product or service at the right time. If you get this step right, you're 50% there. The truth is, almost anyone could have made a killing in the home fitness equipment business back when Harv started Fitnessland. The timing was perfect for both the concept and the product. Unfortunately, most people hop on a trend when it's already too late, and the big fortunes have already been made. On the other hand, being too early is no better. If Harv had opened Fitnessland 3 years earlier than he did, it would have died. Guaranteed. The market wasn't ready back then. There weren't enough headlines about fitness or enough high-quality home fitness products available yet. There weren't enough people who were tired of driving to crowded gyms. It's just that simple. You have to choose the right product or service in the right place and be in the right place at the right time. In the speed wealth system, your intention must be to get in on a ground floor opportunity, meaning that demand is high and supply is low. At this time, the elevator of opportunity is going up. Time to get on. Later, supply overtakes demand and the elevator of opportunity starts going down. Time to get off. An obvious example of a current ground floor opportunity is supplying products and services on the internet. The internet is growing so rapidly that if you're not involved in some way, opportunity is passing you by. As a speed wealth entrepreneur, it means you should act now, just like Andrew Mason and Eric Lefkofsky did when they started Groupon. In November 2008, these gentlemen launched Groupon, a deal of the day site that started in Chicago. 3 years later, Groupon serves more than 150 markets in North America and 100 markets in Europe, Asia, and South America, and has over 35 million registered users. The company is valued at $4.75 billion, and there are now many similar deal sites online. Groupon was perfectly timed. Today's hottest opportunities are not just in high-tech industries. One of the most popular eye-opening sessions we teach at the Millionaire Mind Intensive is how to generate million-dollar opportunities every 60 seconds. Let me share a couple of these strategies with you now. One of the fastest and easiest ways to get rich is to model a proven winner. In other words, copy someone who's making a mint right now. You want to employ a principle called lag time, which is the time it takes for a hot idea to spread from one geographical region to another. For instance, customers can be lining up for a hot product or concept in Los Angeles that has not even been heard of yet in Atlanta. Find one of these new concepts and do the same thing, or improve on it in your geographic area. Use the original as a proven blueprint for success. Right now, Green Home Consulting is a super hot product in some areas of the country, but other spots are still virgin territories. That means if you're broke in saturated Seattle, you could always go to wide open Omaha and get rich. Another simple but incredibly fast way to make a fortune is called the piggyback technique. Instead of copying someone else, you affiliate with someone or something that's already a winner. Why reinvent the wheel? They may have exclusive products or a major distribution network in place already, rare technology or expensive production facilities already established. Consider the entrepreneur that found a particularly good engine additive and was selling it like hotcakes in the US, but the manufacturer wasn't marketing it anywhere else. He was clever. He paid $1,000 for the option to buy the international rights for $100,000 payable in 6 months. Then he placed classified ads in dozens of newspapers and trade journals worldwide, offering the exclusive distribution rights for specific territories. In only 4 months, he had sold 80 regions at $25,000 apiece, making $2 million up front plus 5 cents on every can. Best of all, he never touched the product. He set it up so the new distributors dealt directly with the manufacturer. Do you know what he's doing now? Yeah, that's right, nothing. As a speed wealth entrepreneur, you want to take advantage of the new global economy. There are thousands of popular American products that are not marketed across the borders, and thousands of popular international products that are not marketed in the US. These are all dynamite opportunities. Along the same lines, another surefire speed wealth tactic is called remarketing, under-marketed products and services. Have you ever seen or used a product that you think is fantastic, works like a miracle, but hardly anyone else knows about it? These are what I call under-marketed products. Did you know there are 71 different ways to market and distribute a product or service? Most companies only use 2 or 3 methods at best. Meanwhile, you can often get the rights to promote their product through dozens of other channels and to different market niches, or niches, whichever you prefer. Of course, you'll want to become a master at marketing, but again, this skill can be learned. The next speed wealth principle is to systemize. What happens if you try to build a house on a weak foundation? The house eventually cracks or caves in. That's why you have to build on a solid foundation before you can build a big house. The business equivalent to building a solid foundation is called creating a system. A business system is a repeatable process that produces a profit. The idea is to systemize your business so you can effectively and efficiently sell and support your product or service in larger quantities as you grow. What if a tree grows tall without firm roots? All may be well when things are calm, but when the first big windstorm comes, it topples over and dies. It's the same in business. If you try to expand with no effective system in place, the business is doomed. This is called the expansion dilemma. So how do you create an effective business system? Here's the rule. Keep it simple. Any business should consist of only 3 parts: marketing, production, and administration. You must design specific processes for each of these 3 areas so they run smoothly, almost automatically. Again, a business system is a repeatable process that produces a profit. Marketing, production, and administration are the 3 keys to systemizing your business. 4. System requirements. Again, you are going to need to be organized. Your system must be organized. It must produce a profit and it must support rapid growth. Again, must produce a profit. Finally, this is essential. It must support rapid growth. Organized, produce a profit, and support rapid growth. This is the only way that this system is able to work without you. Why? Because as we discussed earlier, in order to create wealth, you cannot have a ceiling on your income. Your earnings must be unlimited. If you have to physically present yourself as an employee at work, it can only grow to the extent that you can personally handle. It doesn't matter how brilliant and energetic you are, you still only have 24 hours in a day. And besides, what good is creating wealth if you're going to kill yourself in the process? Again, your business must be able to work without you. A speed wealth entrepreneur is a coordinator. He or she is the conductor of the orchestra. Even though the conductor may be a master at playing an instrument, they don't. Because if they did, no one would be leading the orchestra. It can be quite a challenge for a small business owner to conduct the orchestra on a full-time basis. But this position is absolutely necessary if you're serious about creating wealth quickly. I'm not saying you can't continue to do all the other tasks. Just keep in mind that everywhere that you are the cog, eventually as you grow, you will become the clog. Your primary responsibility is to work on the business instead of in the business. Now, we highly recommend a book that's called The E-Myth by Michael Gerber. In it, Michael Gerber suggests that you build your business as if you are going to become a successful franchise organization, even if you have no intention of franchising. Invest your time in setting up the system. Devote all of your time and attention to it if you must. But once you get the kinks out and have a model that works, train someone else to manage the day-to-day operations so you can concentrate on growth. Realize that the system gives you freedom in two ways. First, in terms of time. A system allows you to relax, play, and be with your loved ones. All the while, your business is running, growing, and producing big profits. Second, in terms of money. With a strong system in place, you will have two options. One, you'll be able to hand over the reins of authority and have an excellent passive income while you golf, ski, meditate, or do whatever it is that you like. Two, you can cash out and become an instant millionaire. In any of these cases, because you created a system, you win. Okay, let's assume you've done your testing, you've worked out the kinks, and you now have a money machine. A single success, a single pilot, or a single sales method that systematically produces a profit without you. What do you do next? The answer is, if it works, keep doing it. You do it again and again and again. Exactly. Now, the fifth speed wealth principle is duplication. Once you have something that works, you concentrate on duplicating it. This is why creating a system that's organized to deliver and support large quantities of your value without your presence is so vital. It allows for duplication. Your completed system is the model or cookie cutter that you use to duplicate your success over and over and over again. First, you create something that works well on a small scale, maybe one store, one office, or a sale to one person. Then you repeat the process again and again and again. The speed wealth entrepreneur understands that if you can make a profit on one location, the question becomes, how many similar locations can you create? If you can make a profit on one transaction, the question is, how many similar transactions can you make? How do I get my product or service into the hands of the largest numbers of people? Well, that's a key question. Again, I'll ask it. How do I get my product or service into the hands of the largest numbers of people? Duplication is a simple way of increasing the quantity of the value that you deliver. And when you increase your quantity, you increase your income. More people have created wealth using the cookie cutter approach than any other method in history. In fact, Sam Walton is one of the little empires that you're all aware of called Walmart. Sam started with one small store in one small town that produced one small profit. Then he systemized the store so that it worked efficiently without him. This became known as the cookie cutter that he used to roll out more than 9,000 1,000 Walmart stores across North America. The company also operates stores in 15 international markets under 55 different names. Sam Walton was a true master of the speed wealth system. He died in 1992 as one of the richest people on the planet, amassing a personal net worth of just over $7 billion. That's billion with a B, $billion. Another example of the speed wealth system in action is McDonald's. Back in the 1950s, Ray Kroc uncovered a sizzling hot concept: fast food, burgers, fries, and shakes. Then he systemized his marketing, production, and operations so that this one store worked efficiently and profitably. He then duplicated by allowing others to use his profitable system. This method of expansion is now known as franchising. Today, there are more than 32,000 McDonald's outlets around the world, selling to 64 million people daily. Ray Kroc was another master of the speed wealth system. He applied the power of duplication, which allowed him to amass a net worth of over $4 billion. That's another capital B. Have you heard of Amway, Mary Kay, Herbalife, or Nu Skin? They are all network or multi-level marketing companies. This is simply another form of duplication. You use the product, then refer it to someone else who does the same thing, and on and on and on. In fact, the entire network marketing process is based on speed wealth principles. Timing, systemization, duplication are inherent and already built into the multi-level methodology. The best network marketers understand that duplication can make you rich. These network marketing distributors have downlines numbering over 20,000 people, generating incomes of more than $1 million a year. The idea behind duplication is getting your value distributed to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. This is where a lot of business owners run into trouble. They can't seem to get exposure. They don't have the funds for heavy advertising campaigns, and they're not adept at marketing. One speedwell strategy is to find buyers who can purchase or sell large volumes of your products or services. The question you always want to ask is, who could buy or sell a huge quantity of my product or service at once or on an ongoing basis? Timing, systemization, and duplication are built into all direct sales and multi-level marketing structures. Speed wealth principle number 6, leverage. Let me tell you about a student of one of our business boot camps. He had created a How to Paint Your House DVD and was trying to sell these DVDs to small retail outlets. After the session, I mentioned earlier how to generate million-dollar opportunities every 60 seconds. He went out into the hall, used the phone, and came back with a huge smile on his face. With a single call, he sold his DVD to one of the largest paint manufacturers in the world. The DVD would be used as a premium and given away free with each purchase of 5 or more gallons of paint. His first order was for 100,000 units, and my student's profit was about $1 per. He made $100,000 with this one phone call. Leverage. Leverage means doing more with less. It's not so much a what you do, but rather a how you do it. Leverage uses specific tactics and strategies that allow you to work smarter instead of harder. One of our business mottos is that if you're not using leverage, you're working too hard and earning too little. Leverage starts with replacing yourself or much of what you do personally. As a speed wealth practitioner, you want to constantly be asking yourself, how can I provide people with my value, my product, or my service while I sleep? Gary Vaynerchuk discovered how to answer this question. In high school, while working at his parents' liquor store, Gary started reading The Wine Spectator and wine books. He realized that collecting wine offered an allure similar to his previous hobby of collecting baseball cards. In 1997, recognizing the importance of e-commerce, Gary launched the Wine Library, winelibrary.com. In 2006, he started Wine Library TV, a video podcast that revolutionized the wine world. His wine reviews soon attracted over 100,000 viewers each day. Gary's cult-like following was the result of his unconventional, often irreverent commentary on wine. By leveraging the internet and primarily social media, he has transformed his parents' small Springfield, New Jersey wine shop from a $4 million a year business to a $60 million a year enterprise, and he became a New York Times and Wall Street Journal best-selling author. Here's another form of leverage. Remember the student I told you about with the Paint Your House DVD? Remember how he got an opening order of 100,000 units? Well, the story's not over. The next session of the boot camp was about creating speed wealth through licensing. Once again, he went out to the next break and made a phone call. This time, he came back with an even bigger smile. He had changed the arrangement with the paint manufacturer. Instead of selling DVDs to them, he licensed them the rights to duplicate his DVDs themselves. They immediately upped their initial run to 250,000 units. Licensing allowed them to choose their own suppliers, giving them full control of the product and quality and lowering their costs. Licensing is an extremely high form of leverage. Our student was able to sell more with less of his own time and money, and since his royalty percentage remained the same, his income skyrocketed. He then utilized another form of leverage, add-on and repeat sales, and immediately began creating Volume 2 of his house painting DVD series, covering specialty areas like decks, rain gutters, and outside doors. One of the most powerful ways that you can leverage is to fully utilize your database, supporting your customers with additional products and services. Giving them reasons to return again and again produces extremely high profits because you've already paid the high cost of getting the customer the first time. These are called back-end sales, and that's why we say in the business, the headaches are in the front end, but the money is in the back. Yet another exciting form of leverage is partnership marketing or joint venturing. Consider the example of Apple and Starbucks. They made a deal where if you have a Wi-Fi connected iPod Touch, iPhone, or laptop and you walk into a Starbucks, you can download the songs that are playing at that location. Now they've expanded into offering apps for iBooks for free with the purchase of a Starbucks Pick of the Week card. This is a synergistic relationship that allows each company to leverage each other's brand and customer goodwill. That's why partnership marketing is popular today and will become even more popular in the future. In fact, a great ground floor opportunity is starting a partnership marketing agency. You match companies who could work together and receive a percentage of the resulting services. Leverage is a massive subject. If you want more details, we get into it heavily in our Millionaire Mind Intensive and additional courses. For now, however, let me share a few more quick examples of leverage with you. Again, leverage takes many forms. Leverage is starting your business with little or none of your money. Leverage is using other people's talent, skills, contacts, credibility, and resources. Leverage is fully utilizing the latest technologies in computers, software, telecommunications, the internet, and social media to increase your speed and efficiency. Leverage is using the power of the media to get millions of dollars of free publicity. Leverage is borrowing celebrity fame for endorsements. Leverage is selling products before you have them, or at least before you have to pay for them. Leverage is expanding your business using your customers' own suppliers' money. Leverage is getting the best people in your industry to work for you now for almost nothing. Leverage is getting more from each of your employees by properly training them, treating them well, and giving them the space to express their true talents. Leverage is getting more from yourself, enhancing your business knowledge, developing yourself personally, and increasing your stamina and energy. Leverage is managing your time more effectively so that you do the right things instead of just doing things right. Leverage is a mindset. It's an art. It's a science. It's essential to the speed wealth puzzle. It often separates those who create financial freedom quickly from those who continue to struggle for the rest of their lives. Remember, if you're not using leverage, you're working too hard and earning too little. The next speed wealth principle is cashing out. This principle is the culmination of all the steps and ties the entire speed wealth system together. By following the Speedwell system to the letter, in 3 to 5 years, you will have 4 enviable choices. You can keep the business, continue to work hands-on, and make a huge income. Or, of course, you can keep the business and cash out your time by delegating the day-to-day affairs and make a huge passive income. Or you can sell all or part of the business and become an instant millionaire. Or you can create a combination of all of the above. In any case, you've hit the jackpot. If you're not sure about which option is right for you, let me share a little secret. You will never make as much money running a business as selling a business. The most lucrative product you can ever sell is the business itself. By following the speed wealth process, you will have automatically set your business up as an extremely valuable and saleable commodity. This is why it is so critical that your business be able to run without you. When it comes time to sell your business, the better it can run and profit without you as an integral part of the package, the higher the value and the price. Think about it. If you were buying a business, would you want the success to be dependent on any one person, especially the owner who wants to sell and leave it? Of course not. So what are buyers really buying? Primarily 3 things: profits, the continuation of those profits, and the potential growth of those profits. Buyers want a solid, proven, well-run money machine that churns out a healthy income on an ongoing basis and runs without a lot of maintenance. And by using the Speedwell system, that's exactly what you will create. A high-powered money machine that is already duplicated several times and still has plenty of room for growth. Once you have accomplished this task, big companies will line up to buy your business for $1, $2, $3, or $4 or more million dollars. So when should you start thinking about all this? At the beginning. In the Speedwell system, it's imperative that you think sell from day one. That means you should come in with the intention to cash out. From the very beginning of Fitnessland, Harv's goal was to build the business as quickly as possible to a point where it was worth at least $1 million after-tax dollars. Then sell. And that's exactly what he did. People often ask, can you cash out if you're a distributor or a professional or you own a home-based business? The answer depends on how you set up your operation. If you followed the Speed Wealth program and systemized your business into a money machine that can work without you, and if you designed it so your customers are happy dealing with the company and its representatives instead of only you personally, then the answer is absolutely yes. You can sell, and for big, big money. I know a network marketer who recently sold his own downline for megabucks, plus an ongoing percentage of the purchaser's income. I know of a bill auditor who sold her home business for a small fortune because of her proven marketing system and her extensive client list. I'm friends with a chiropractor who just cashed out of his practice and made a mint. Even though he had a personal services business, he was smart from the start and did not use his personal name as his business name. Think about it. Would you want to buy someone else's personal name on your new business? Neither would most buyers. Remember, I'm not saying you have to sell your successful company, but because you've used Speed Wealth as a system and set it up to sell from the beginning, you will at least have the choice of becoming an instant millionaire if you want to. Remembering too, you can always sell half your shares, you can always sell half your shares just like Harv did and pocket a very handsome chunk of change and perhaps stay on as president or even the chairman of the board. Another way to cash out a portion of your ownership is going public. IPOs, or initial public offerings, are once again in vogue. The big trend is to start a business, prove its viability in the marketplace, and then go public, using the funds to expand nationally or even internationally. Meanwhile, you own 2.2 zillion shares, part of which you can cash in a few months after the offering. Look at Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. He developed the social media network as a 19-year-old sophomore at Harvard. Then he dropped out of college to focus on his business. And after going public, his shares are worth a mere $13.5 billion. It's best to consider going public right from the beginning. Don't be too quick to rule out this option. It might just be the right answer for you and not nearly as difficult as most people think, especially when you find the right person to guide you through it. Regardless of how you're going to cash out, it's critical to learn the key factors that determine the value of a business for the purpose of selling. This way, you know exactly what areas of the business to focus on so you can sell for the most money possible. Some people would say that net profit is the most important, but in my experience, gross sales are just as essential. Here's why. First, high gross sales show high potential. Second, it's human psychology. The fact is that everyone thinks they can do a better job than you once they've got the chance to take over. If you've got massive gross sales but minor net profits, most buyers will think you a half-wit who just doesn't know how to run a business. And once they get their expert hands on the control levers, profits will soar through the roof. Maybe or maybe not. Another key selling factor is who is buying your company. In the Speedwell system, we deal primarily with major corporations that have acquisition departments and buy businesses on a regular basis. You want to deal only with large, successful corporations that are accustomed to paying top dollar for everything. A company where $1 million or $2 million is a drop in the bucket. Believe it or not, the $1.6 million Heinz paid to acquire half of Harv's shares in Fitnessland was the least they'd ever spent for a business. To them, the deal was a no-brainer, and that's just the way you want it. Again, whether it's selling all or part of your system, know that this is the crown jewel of the Speed Wealth system. It's what allowed Harv to go from 0 to $1 million in only 2.5 years. And if you follow the Speed Wealth system to the letter, in 3 to 5 years, you can cash out and be a millionaire too. I want to pursue for a moment and point out something really important, that the name of this program is Speed Wealth, not Speed Money, Speed Wealth. Speed Wealth is more than just making money. It's the ability to enjoy the journey along the way and grow your business without the usual stress and struggle. Wealth is not just money. For most people, wealth includes an abundance of money, free time, loving relationships, inner peace, and having a sense of meaning and fulfillment. If you've ever known anyone who's had a significant health crisis or scare, you know what I'm talking about. When your life gets shaken up like that, you elevate your priorities. You wake up to the fact, and quite often, that you haven't actually fully lived yet. Trust me, when push comes to shove, results, like how much money you make or how big the market share you have is, don't matter much. What's important is recognizing each day as a gift. Relish the journey that you're on and work towards your goals with peace and joy instead of stress and struggle. This is really one of the most important things that I want you to get from today's webinar, which brings us to the final Speed Wealth principle which is do it now. To understand what this principle means, think about the saying practice makes perfect, which most people believe is true. In fact, practice makes perfect, quote unquote, is a massive misconception. Practice does not make perfect. Practice makes permanent. Meaning people are creatures of habit. On a daily basis, if you practice pessimism and struggle, you become very good at it. You become unconsciously competent. Pessimism and struggle become almost automatic to a point where even when you want to change, happiness becomes almost impossible. In other words, practice makes permanent. The important thing to understand is that one process does not lead to another. Practicing pitching leads to being a good pitcher, not a catcher. Practicing overwhelm leads to overwhelm, not inner peace. And practicing being miserable leads to misery, not happiness. If you wait until everything is going great before you practice happiness, you may wait a long time. Not because things will never be great, but because you've become a master at being unhappy. Unhappiness will be your habit. That's why part of the Speedwell strategy is to practice whatever you want to be in the future now. Listen, life is short, so whatever you want to do, do it now. Whatever you want to be be that now. Whatever you want to have, go for it now. When it comes to the important things in life, don't wait until tomorrow. Tomorrow may never come. If you want a life of inner peace, practice being peaceful now. If one day you want total confidence, practice being totally confident now. If someday you want to be successful, practice being successful now. And if someday you want to be happy, practice being happy right now, in this very moment. Eventually, these traits become your habits, your natural way of being. You won't have to think about them. You will be them. And your life today will be what you always wished it would be like tomorrow. The key is to enjoy the journey. You want to blend money with meaning, profit with purpose, and street smarts with heart. Unfortunately, even though most people want to be happy, have more fun, laugh more, love more, and enjoy their lives more, it's difficult to concentrate on these things when you're struggling financially. Money problems can take the luster out of life. I'm not saying money is everything. Money isn't everything unless you don't have any. Then it seems to become everything. The fact is, in our society, money is an important tool. Money is like a lubricant. Going through life without it is very, very rough. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it can buy freedom. Freedom of choice. To be able to do what you enjoy doing and not be forced to do things just because you need the money. Far too many good, kind-hearted, talented people are unable to share their unique gifts and talents to the fullest because they're simply too busy trying to survive. They work long and hard but never get ahead financially. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you're going to work hard anyway, you might as well get rich. And the quicker, the better. The best advice I ever heard anybody say about money was only 3 words. Get it handled. That's what Speed Wealth is all about. It's a proven system that worked for me and can work for you if you work it. Get the knowledge, master the principles, study the strategies, and in just a few years, you will never have to worry about money again. You will be free. So, what do you do now? Simple. Take action. If you're already an expert in business and earning at least $250,000 per year, then use this webinar as a template to enhance the speed of your success. If you're not in this income bracket yet, the best thing you can do is this. You have to learn, learn, learn. Remember, success is a learnable skill. If you truly want to succeed, you must work on yourself, study business, and become a Speed Wealth master. If you're not in your own business yet, this is the ideal time to learn and prepare so that when you go for it, you'll know what you're doing. If you're already in business and you haven't been creating wealth, there's obviously something you don't know. So get the knowledge, learn the skills, apply the Speed Wealth strategies in your business, and watch your income skyrocket. As you can see, we're big believers in education. I love the saying, if you think education is expensive, try ignorance. There are 3 types of education you are going to need if you want to succeed to your fullest potential. One is general business knowledge. This would include marketing, negotiations, finances, etc. Marketing, negotiations, finance, and more. The next is business-specific knowledge. This entails learning the ins and outs of your particular business. The third and most important is personal development knowledge. This allows you to fully utilize the first 2 types of education. The fact is, you can have the greatest tools in the world, but if you have a leak, even the tiniest leak in your toolbox, and I'm pointing at my forehead right now, you're going to have a big problem. In short, who you are, how you think, your beliefs, your habits, your characteristics and traits, your confidence in yourself, your attitude, all of these elements have a dramatic effect on both your success and your happiness. I have a motto that your income can only grow to the extent that you do. The idea is to grow yourself, and your success will grow naturally and automatically. One of the most critical areas to work on if you want to increase your wealth and success is your inner money thermostat. Just like a thermostat on your house, which controls the temperature in that environment, your inner money thermostat controls the amount of money you earn and keep. If your thermostat is set to high, you'll find it easy to earn money and grow your wealth. If your thermostat is set for low, you won't be able to create the level you want no matter how well you apply the speed wealth principles. Instead, you'll unknowingly sabotage yourself. Think about lottery winners. Did you know that when lottery winners end up spending or losing all of the money they win? Usually it's because they have a blueprint that's set for low. Their subconscious minds have to create an external reality that matches their internal reality. So if their thermostat says they aren't supposed to have a lot of money, they'll unconsciously find ways to get rid of the money that they have so they end up back in their comfort zone. Contrast that with someone like Donald Trump. He can lose billions and then bounce back only a few years later richer than ever. That's because his inner money thermostat is set for high, really high. He's programmed to be an incredibly wealthy person, and he finds ways to make it happen. If you're serious about implementing the speed wealth principles, the first thing I recommend is that you raise your inner money thermostat. If you don't do this first, everything else you do could be wasted. What's the point in trying to implement all of these strategies if you've already reached your financial set point? Now, if you're like most people, you're saying, Adam, I get the idea of an inner money thermostat and why I need to raise it, but how do I change it? Well, again, this is the simple truth. You must take action. And here's where it gets fun. Peak Potentials offers a 3-day training program that helps you raise your inner money thermostat on the spot. It's called the Millionaire Mind Intensive. More than 1 million people from 104 countries have attended the Millionaire Mind Intensive. The reason why it's so popular is that we help you master both the inner and outer games of money. Each day we do several interactive exercises that literally rewire your mind and change you at a cellular level. So you walk out of the door programmed for higher levels of wealth. You also learn practical skills and tools to help you earn and keep more money. Listen, it's no secret that the world has changed dramatically in the past 3 to 4 years. Frankly, a lot of wealth building strategies that used to work fizzle now and may even be downright dangerous to your financial situation. Just look at the stock market and real estate. For most people, these are not safe strategies to use right now, especially if your inner money thermostat is set for low. That's practically guaranteeing that you'll lose your money. But there are ways to get rich in a down economy. Recessions have always been prime opportunities to earn lots of money quickly. Many of the country's biggest fortunes, like that of the famous Rockefeller family, were made during the Great Depression. You'll learn about how to find these opportunities and how to prepare yourself to act on them. So not only do you learn what to do now to earn more money, but you also raise your inner money thermostat so earning and keeping more money is completely natural. We're currently offering a special edition of the Millionaire Mind Intensive, which is really 2 events in one. The Millionaire Mind Intensive and the Financial Freedom Intensive, where we teach you exactly what to do and how to do it to become financially free quickly in any economy. General admission tickets to this event are normally $795, but because you've attended this webinar, I want to do whatever I can to help you to implement the Speed Wealth principles now. So I'd like to invite you to attend the Millionaire Mind Intensive Special Edition for free as my guest. To reserve your ticket for free, all you have to do is click the color button below that says Book My Ticket. You'll be taken to a page where you can see the Millionaire Mind Intensive schedule and pick the event that is closest to you. Again, the regular tuition for this event is generally $795. General seating. Your price today on me, free, with our compliments. When you join us at the Millionaire Mind Intensive, you'll discover 4 key things. How to earn large amounts of money right now. How to invest your money right now. What to do in your business or your job right now. What kind of mindset you need to succeed right now. And it gets even better. because not only can you attend the Millionaire Mind Intensive absolutely free, but you can also reserve a ticket for a friend or relative. I encourage you to do this because you're going to be making some huge shifts at the Millionaire Mind Intensive, and it's a lot easier to keep practicing your new habits and behaviors once you get back to the real world when you have someone else in your life who understands what you're trying to do. If you know who your guests will be, great. Reserve their ticket now. If you don't know who you'd like to bring or whether your friend is available to attend, please don't wait. Reserve your ticket now because we have limited seating and I don't want you to miss out. We'll send you a link when you register where your friend or relative can sign up later. There's just one thing I want to mention, and it's about manners. To reserve your place, all we ask for is a $100 no-show deposit. You will pay nothing today. It's only a hold. If you show up, there's no charge. If you can't make it and you call or email and let us know you can't make it, there's no charge. But if you don't show up and you don't let us know beforehand, your seat will be wasted. You'll deprive someone else of the chance to participate in this life-changing seminar. In this scenario, you will be charged. Hey, let's face it, if you knowingly deprive someone of the tools, information, and mindset that they need to survive the impending financial meltdown, it's rude, and you deserve to get dinged $100. If you agree that this is more than fair, and I think you will, then go ahead and click the button below and claim your free ticket. Unless you're already financially free, which I define as having enough passive income to support your dream lifestyle. In other words, you're working because you choose to, not because you have to, then you belong at the Millionaire Mind Intensive. I want you to create the wealth that you deserve. That's why I want you to use the Speed Wealth system. But unless you raise your inner money thermostat and create space for more money, I'm afraid your success with the Speed Wealth system will be limited. So take 60 seconds right now and click that button below to reserve your free ticket. Let's go back now and review those 8 Speed Wealth principles. Number 1, develop a Speed Wealth mindset. Number 2, deliver massive value. Number 3, timing. Choose the right business at the right time. Number 4, systemize. Number 5, duplicate. Number 6, leverage. Number 7, cashing out. Number 8, do it now. Remember, these are the 8 principles that every successful, fast-growing company has in common. This system works if you work the system. The Speed Wealth system is what finally allowed Harv to go from flat broke with a string of 17 business failures to a millionaire in only 2.5 years. When he achieved that level of mind-blowing results, especially after having tried 17 other businesses first, he knew he had to share Speed Wealth with others. He founded Peak Potentials Training as a vehicle to offer Speed Wealth and the Millionaire Mind Intensive to help other people master the inner and outer games of wealth. You deserve the same type of success that Harv and so many others have achieved. Yes or yes? You deserve to become financially free. Yes or yes? So go ahead and take the next step. Tell the universe that you're ready to achieve massive wealth. Declare your intention to achieve financial freedom by claiming your free ticket to the Millionaire Mind Intensive now by clicking the button below. Thanks for joining me today, and we look forward to helping you to dive deeper into the principles at one of our future Millionaire Mind Intensives.